Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. It's Jamar from Vegas Scents, and in this video I'm comparing Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomade with a fragrance from Fragrance World, and this is a part of the Jacques Yves line, and this is Soleil D'Ombre. All right, so definitely stick around and see what I have to say about this fragrance in comparison to the Louis Vuitton. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Also, anyone watching, leave a like and a comment. And if you shop at either Bandier Fragrance, Oud Store, or TripleTraders.com, be sure to use my discount code VegasScents10. That'll get you an extra 10% off of your order. All right. So to get straight into the video, man, pretty much if you're looking for a fragrance that, you know, it's like a really sort of high quality, really close interpretation of Louis Vuitton's Ombre Nomade for, you know, like a heavily discounted price, this is not going to be it at all. This, I would say, this is going to be less close to the original scent profile than what Lattafa's Massamum and White Intense was to Louis Vuitton's Stellar Times. This, I would say, in terms of just, you know, accuracy, this is going to be probably the worst sort of, you know, marketed clone, I would say, that I've ever smelled, you know, when comparing it side by side to the original. I really feel like you don't really get anything that you get in Ombre Nomade in this fragrance at all. Now, just to get this out the way, at least for me, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Ombre Nomade, that scent profile is just not for me. It is definitely, it's a little bit too animalic, you know, too sort of in your face and strong, at least for me. And I mean, also, that's a fragrance that fragrance really doesn't wash off that easily either. The couple of times that I've tested that fragrance, I've showered and I could still smell that on my skin, you know, after I've showered. So, I mean, that's something that you really have to, you know, scrub hard to get off of your skin, and scrub really multiple times, really. That's not at all really what you get from this fragrance. So the Ombre Nomade, it definitely comes off as, you know, this really sort of strong, sort of barnyardy kind of oud fragrance, mixed with, I would say, leather and like a slight sort of hint of fruitiness from like some raspberry in the top. And it just really kind of punches you in the face. Whereas with this fragrance, the Soleil D'Ombre, it doesn't have that texture at all. And I would say, even though I feel like it's trying to sort of give you a feel of oud, it really does a bad job at, you know, sort of giving you a oud sort of smell. This pretty much, it comes off as like a really sort of light, misty, airy sort of fragrance. I would say, like, the best way for me to describe like the texture and just overall sort of feel and vibe of this fragrance is, imagine going back to like 1995 or something like that, or even like early 2000s, where people were still spraying starch on their clothes when they were ironing their clothes. That starch spray that, you know, you would spray on your clothes before you run the iron over it, that is pretty much, that's the same sort of texture and, you know, sort of feel that I get from this fragrance. It's, you know, sort of light and airy and misty, just like, you know, like clothes starch pretty much. So I don't know if this is possibly like a bad bottle per se, you know, and possibly, you know, other people's bottles don't smell anything like this, but this is, you know, pretty much what I got from this fragrance. Now, I don't think that this is like a fake or anything like that. I got this from TripleTraders.com, and I pretty much, I trust, you know, anything that I buy from that particular store. But yeah, I mean, this does not really come close at all to the original scent profile. So if you're looking for, you know, like a really good clone of Ombre Nomade, this is not going to be it. because I don't enjoy at all the, scent profile of Ombre Nomade, I'm not really gonna be, looking to purchase other clones of Ombre Nomade. Now, possibly if I get some, clones in from like a store for free, possibly I may go over those to just, help you all and, guide you all in the right direction to which one is closest to Ombre Nomade. But at least for the time being, I'm probably not going to spend any of my own money anymore on any sort of Ombre Nomade clones, because again, it's just not a scent profile that I really enjoy. All right. Which is really a shame, because I do actually I do like a lot the scent profile of Oud Ispahan. That for whatever reason, I guess that, works a little bit better, at least on my skin anyway. And it's not something that is like still on my skin even after I shower. Whereas with this one, just for some reason, it's just the way that this fragrance scent profile is done. I don't really enjoy it that much, but I would say that the Jacques Yves, even though it's not close to the original, I would much rather prefer wearing this scent than the original. All right. Now, also in terms of performance, the performance on this is, I would say, pretty average to below average. This pretty much, it lasts about 5 to 6 hours for the most part. And then after that, it's completely gone, at least on me anyway. So that's also, I would say, a pretty much of a letdown when it comes to this fragrance, especially considering the fact that, the original Ombre Nomade, it pretty much lasts forever for the most part. Obviously, I wasn't necessarily expecting to get that exact same performance out of a clone, but you would at least maybe expect for a clone of that fragrance to at least maybe give you 8 to 10 hours or so. I feel like that would be satisfactory. But at least on my skin, man, like I said, I'm only getting about 5 to 6 hours or so out of this. So overall, man, I would say for what I paid for this, which was almost like $50, this is not really a fragrance that I can recommend. Now, like I said, possibly this might be a bad bottle or something like that. I don't know. If you all have smelled this fragrance, I would say definitely let me know if the way that I'm describing this fragrance is pretty much the same sort of vibe that you're getting from your bottle. That would make me feel a little bit better about, my assessment of this fragrance, to know that, I don't have a bad bottle. That's just the way that this fragrance smells. But yeah, man, let me know in the comments, what do you all think about Soleil D'Ombre from Fragrance World? How close is your bottle to the original? And do you enjoy wearing this fragrance? So let me know in the comments. Once again, if you're brand new, definitely go ahead and subscribe. And again, that's Jamar from Vegas Scents. I'll see y'all in the next video.